The smartest thing you can do is to stay away from Terence. That's the smartest thing.
You're a legendary promoter.
Like Benavidez. You.
He had one leg.
You gonna look like
He had
one
one leg.
leg.
He had one leg.
I'm gonna make you do the stanky leg. Now stop him. Y'all gonna say he was too weak.
On my life.
And he stayed at 147.
You would not stop
too long.
me. You would not stop me.
Okay. I'm gonna make you do the stanky leg. Stanky leg.
I'm like Drago. He dies. Yo.
So it's looking like Errol Spence Jr. has now activated his rematch clause. In the previous video, we talked about, did he make the deadline? Is he gonna take this fight? Sure enough, a few hours later, Errol Spence has activated his rematch against Terence "Bud" Crawford. All the details we don't know as of yet. All we know is that he activated that rematch. And yeah, it says this here. Errol Spence has now officially activated his rematch clause to fight Terence Crawford again next. Crawford's trainer Brian Bull McIntyre has confirmed. At Pro Boxing Fans, end quote. So yeah, it's going down, y'all. Crawford versus Spence, part 2. We go see what they gonna do. Now, I already told you guys, if Errol Spence decides to take this fight, I'm gonna see it as him essentially cashing out, because I feel that he has a lot of work to do in order for him to get back in there with Terence "Bud" Crawford. And if they go into this thing thinking that it was just a size issue, it was a weight issue, they're gonna be terribly, sadly, and heartbreakingly, if that's even a word, mistaken. They're going to be heartbroken when they get up in there with Crawford at 154 pounds, and it'll be the same outcome, probably even worse this time around. Because they're going into this thing with the notion in their mindset, and this is going on based off what Derek James said, like Terence Crawford, Errol Spence just had a bad night. Errol Spence, he was weight drained. There was something wrong with him. Just a lot of different things. Instead of actually preparing this guy for the task of Terence "Bud" Crawford. Like I told you guys, Derek James wasn't doing his homework. He thought it was just a magic show. He thought Crawford was just a magician in the ring playing tricks. Yeah, he played some tricks, all right. He played some tricks, all right. He needs to get Errol Spence together going into this rematch, and we go talk about it again. Fans Perspective Part 2, we go see if the Spence Nation wants to come back and do this thing again. Because we are doing it again. But salute to Spence, though, man. Right? Salute to Errol Spence, man, because despite all that, he's a warrior. He's about to get back in there and fight again. So I automatically gotta respect it. He gets respect from me. But I also wouldn't have been mad, and I also wouldn't have ashamed him or faulted him if he decided not to go this route once again. Because I think that would be the smarter thing to do at this particular point. But I see it as him now cashing out, getting the rest of the money off the table. I would also imagine that the executives at Showtime, Al Heyman, these guys are pretty upset that Errol Spence is going in there with Crawford again. Because for one, it's going to be a really, really hard sell this time. It's going to be a real hard sell unless they put out a false narrative that, oh, well, it was just a weight issue. But the boxing world know what they saw that night. They saw one guy that was leagues better than another guy. They saw one guy that was a lot stronger than another guy. They saw one guy that was a lot faster than another guy. They just simply seen one guy a lot better than another guy that night on July 29th. So all this other stuff, bro, they go get Errol Spence hurt getting up in with Terence Crawford again. Because now that Terence Crawford knows what he's up against, right? The whole mystique of the big fish and this power and all this pressure that he has in the ring has been shattered. The aura that he once had has been shattered. And now Errol Spence will have to get in the ring with Terence Crawford and fight his aura. A guy that the boxing world sees as a all-time great type of fighter, a generational talent, and Terence "Bud" Crawford. And he felt the power of this guy. It had nothing to do with weight. Errol Spence couldn't bully this dude in no capacity in that fight. He was able to move Terence Crawford. They got a lot of work to do. I think Errol Spence needs at least 6 months of preparation before he can even get back in there and remotely be competitive against a guy like Terence Crawford, who's just, in my opinion, better in almost every way. But I still respect Errol Spence's heart. and his courage. Because who wants to get back in there and go through that again, right? Who would want to go back in there and go through that again? And it might be even worse this time, you guys. But yeah, man, Errol Spence Jr. going through with the rematch. Salute to him. Terence Bud Crawford, his next fight is already set. And it will be against Errol the Truth, Big Fish Spence Jr. We'll see what happens. Like, subscribe, holla at your boy. Peace out.